so excited. I got a new palette, y'all. What did I get? Oh, you're gonna find out. You're also gonna find out why I'm wearing 2 different shades of eyeshadow. Okay, are you ready? Remember, this channel's all about glowing up. Transformative skincare, flawless makeup, and a lifestyle to match. If that resonates with you, hit subscribe. Don't forget to ring the notification bell. I want you to know when I post future videos. Okay, let's get started. I'm so excited to do this video. I mean, I can't even tell you how excited I am to be doing this. I love palettes. If you know anything about me, you know that I'm obsessed with palettes. I have tons of them, and I'm always looking to get a new palette, to get my hands on a new palette, to play with the colors. I just love it. And I am sitting here with you today with the new Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. I am so excited to be reviewing this palette. I'm going to do a palette review, and I'm going to show you 2 eyeshadow looks that you can get from this palette, though there are many more you can get. Here is the gorgeous palette. And as you can see, this color story is just very pretty. It's got some really beautiful greens. It has some gorgeous purple, dark purple, and dark black. Some pops of pink and some pops of taupe. It's got some nice, beautiful taupe shimmer shades. It's just a beautiful, beautiful palette. It also has that Natasha Denona cream to color colors like the evergreen and a couple of others. So this is just a beautiful palette. And let me swatch this palette out so you can just see how gorgeous this palette is. As you can see, those are just some beautiful shimmers, some gorgeous creamy matte colors. It's just a beautiful palette. The color story is beautiful. The only thing that I would say is missing from this palette really is having some, and I've heard it said other places, is just having some darker colors that maybe are matte, that blend a little bit better and make the colors deeper and make the transitions bolder. I do think that you get some nice transitions from this palette though. I was able to create 2 looks, and I have plenty of other looks that I've kind of figured out just from looking at the palette. I'm like, ooh, I know what I want to do next. Oh, I know what I want to do next. So if that's something that you struggle with, just think of complementary colors, think of transitioning. I always, when I'm transitioning any shade, especially a high-end shade, I never put an entire color on my lid singly. Never, never, never. I separate my lid into sections, and that's where I place that particular color. It's gonna make it transition so much better, so keep that in mind if you do struggle a little bit with transitioning your shades. I'm gonna show you how I do my makeup here in a second, and we're gonna do 2 eye looks, and then we're going to top it off with lashes. I'll start with a blank canvas, and then we'll go in with the rest of the look. So I think you will like this. I'm super excited to be sharing this eyeshadow tutorial with you. And so let's go ahead and get started, and let's do the 2 looks, and then let's talk about it at the end. Okay, and so as you see, I have a blank canvas now. I have on my foundation, and I have on some concealer, and then my contouring and my eyebrows, and that's all I've done so far. I am going to go in with the Natasha Denona's Retro Glam palette. I told you earlier this is a brand new palette. I just got this. I'm super excited to be trying these eyeshadow colors. And so on one side of my eyes, I'm going to do a daytime look, and on the other, I'm going to do a nighttime look. So as you can see, this is a beautiful palette. The colors are just amazing, and they really pop. I'm going to start with this taupe color Lucy, and that is going to be my transition shade for my daytime look. So let me just And I'm just going to be putting Lucy on the crease of my eye. I'm just going to blend that color out really nicely into the rest of my eye. I have seen people use the transition color after they color the lid. I think it's really best to do it as your first color. It just makes everything kind of blend better, just much more easily, much more seamlessly. And the Natasha Denona shadows are just so buttery and blendable. They're amazing. I did notice that it doesn't really build a lot of color, but the color that is on there is just beautiful anyway. And so in this eye, we're going to do a daytime look. So it's got a nice softness to it. It's just a beautiful taupey green. Everything almost has like a hint of green from this palette, I feel. I really like that. Okay, so now that I've done the transition shade, I'm gonna go in with my crease brush. It's just kind of this compact brush that really packs that crease in, and I'm going to choose the color right here, Evergreen. So I'm just going to pack that in the corner of my eye. And just kind of blend it up into the crease just slightly. Really just getting that color. So I'm just kind of sweeping this along through the corner of my eye. So there I have my inner corner color done. It's a beautiful color. I just love these greens. And this is more of a dark daytime look, but still, it does give you, it is kind of a lighter, more neutral look that's perfect for daytime, regardless of where you work. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the color Flutter, and this is kind of a really light color. It's a beautiful color. It's one of the creamy kind of metallic shimmer ones, and I'm just going to put that on the inside of my eye, and I use my finger for these colors. It's just so much better. They just tend to be brighter and kind of pop out more when you use your finger to press that metallic in, and they stay put forever, especially with this Urban Decay Primer Potion. And then you can see that I have that beautiful color right there. So I'm going to go in with that shade Oscar. This is kind of a taupey brown shimmer shade. It's gorgeous. It has a little hint of green to it, which I like, and I'm gonna press that onto the lid, just kind of transitioning it past where I put that Flutter. So I've got the Flutter here, and I just put that color right there on the lid itself. And I'm gonna go to the top of the lid, just kind of pack that color down on there. Look at how that shimmers. Okay, now that I have that one on, I'm going to go in with the color Oz, which I just love that name, Oz. And I'm going to transition between that taupey goldy green color and into that evergreen. So I'm just going to take a little bit and I'm going to pack it right here on the sides to kind of transition into the other shade. Just give it some nice flow. And so I've got that inner corner color Flutter, and then I have Oscar, and then I've got Oz. And now I'm going to go back into the inner corner, and this time I'm going to use my Tapered Contour Crease Brush by M.O.T.D, M-O-T-D. And I'm going to pick more of that evergreen up, and I'm just going to punch it back into there. Now the thing with these colors are not super buildable, so you're not going to get much more depth than what I probably have right here. But as you can see, it's got a beautiful, nice flowy transition into that next shade. And that's just achieved by making, like, kind of sectioning off my eyes and just pressing the different colors in. Okay. Now I'm going to take Oz and I'm going to sweep it down through my lower lash line. And then I'm going to pack the evergreen in the corner of my lower lash line and then just make this nice little V. I'm going to pick back up my Miss Shady Lady brush, and I'm going to take that taupe color Lucy, and I'm just going to make sure some of it's on my brush as I blend out that beautiful green color. And I'm just going to go up into my brow bone, kind of blending it upward and in circles until I get this nice kind of transition. And then I always go in with my stand and sweep brush and just kind of sweep out those corners until I've got a beautiful kind of transition between those colors all the way up into my brow bone. And if you have hooded eyes, you're going to want to do things a little bit differently. I can go over that in another eyeshadow tutorial. My eyes used to be much more hooded than they are. Skincare, ladies, skincare. It's gonna help with those hooded eyes. Okay. So I've got that on. And I'm gonna take that Oz again. I'm gonna sweep that under, and I'm gonna take that Oscar color, that taupey color, and I'm going to put it more toward the front, and then I'm going to dot just a little bit of Flutter right there. Make sure it's nice and blended. This is my Smokey blending brush, smoky-eyed brush by M.O.T.D. So I'm going back in with the Oz. And a little bit of that evergreen. And then some Oscar along that bone, and then Flutter. Okay, so once you have that finished, then you're going to want to go in. I like to, when I first did this look on myself, I actually used this other color, Jazzy. It's more of a black kind of shimmery color, and I used that for a liner. And so I went in with my really thin, precise angled brush This brush is awesome for creating like more of an eyeliner look. So I'm just going to sweep that. And I found that this made it more dramatic. If you don't want to do this line for the daytime look, you're welcome to just leave it the way you had it, but I'm just kind of sweeping it almost like a liner across my eye. And so it creates this nice little line transition. And I'm not going to do it on the bottom. I'm just going to leave it on the top. And you could do it in any way you wanted to. You could make it a true wingtip. I'm just going to kind of leave it like that. Just be creative with your eyeshadows. Creativity is kind of the key for eyeshadows. Trying different colors, different combinations. Things that you wouldn't necessarily think go together can often go together. So there you have it. There is the daytime look. And I think it's just beautiful the way these colors blend together. I'm going to get this brow bone up. And then I like to take a little bit of that flutter and just kind of press it on my brow bone to give that some shimmer and depth. And then I'll stick my I'll stick my eyelashes on, and this look will be done. This is more of a light kind of daytimey look, and then we're going to do a dark, fun, smoky-eyed, crazy look on the other side. So there you have it. Okay. So for this next look, the more nighttime look, we are going to go back in with the tapered contour crease brush, and we are going to take the color Belle, and that is this punchy pinky color, and we are going to use that for the inner corner, or for the transition shade. Just lightly sweeping this along the crease of the eye. And then up into the brow bone. Add a punch more of color, just really deepening that inner crease, because this is a more dramatic nighttime look with this palette. I'm gonna go in with Flutter on that inner corner. Again, I just love this Flutter color. I'm going to kind of darken it a little bit with the Holly, that light pink. Just give it some color, and then put that Flutter over the top so it gives it some pinky color. I'm going to increase the depth of that transition just to kind of give it some color again. And then I'm going to go in with my finger and Flutter, and then just pop it on that eyelid. And again, this is only on the inner corner. Now, for this, I'm going to go in with the color Flare. That is that beautiful pinky color, and I'm going to pop that on the lid of my eye. And with a clean finger, I'm just gonna kind of blend those a little bit together. It's a little bit of fallout from this shadow. I don't know if it's because I accidentally punched that shadow or what happened, but it does have a little bit of fallout. Just want to get that transition nice and stark and beautiful. Look at that, the way that pops. I love that champagne-y shimmer. It's just beautiful. And I'm going to pop some color into that inner corner. So I'm using my crease brush and I'm using the color Jazzy. That's that dark, kind of almost black color. And then I'm going to kind of fold up that purple color into the top of that because I don't want it to be too, I just want that dark to be right there in that inner corner. So then I'm going in with Jazzy and kind of pulling it out a little bit. Almost like a little wingtip. We're not finished, so, but we've got a nice little transition that kind of folds along here. And then I'm going to take that Maxi color, that's that dark kind of purpley color in the palette, and I'm just going to just make sure they kind of fade and blend together just a little bit because this is a smoky eye nighttime look. So you want to make sure those colors are nice and blended into a beautiful transition. Okay, and I'm going to pop some more of that flare right on top to give it that pinky look. Then I'm going to go in along the bottom corner and I'm going to use that bell color, that pink. And I'm just gonna run that all along my bottom lash line. And I'm going to take that Jazzy and I'm going to sweep it just along the very lower lash line up till about my eyeball. Oh, my eyes are watering. It doesn't make for a good smoky-eyed look. And then I'm going to just kind of blend those together. On the other side of that brush, I'm going to take that bell color and I'm going to blend it back up through my brow bone. I'm going to pack a little bit more of that Jazzy in the crease. And then take a little bit more of that Maxi and fade it into that pink. And then I'm going to take my kind of inner corner brush and just get a little bit of color going on that inner corner. Then I'm going to take my my smoky-eyed brush. I'm going to dip a little bit more in that pink color Belle, and I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit of a sweep along the bottom. Just create that really nice kind of smoky look. Go back in with Jazzy over the top to really darken up that smoky black. Okay. Just get that along the lash line, kind of where my lashes end. Okay. So there you have a second look. This is more of a nighttime look. This is a beautiful pink and purpley black smoky eye that just transitions really nicely together. I think I'm going to do the flutter again and just get that top. I'm just loving this champagne-y flutter color that kind of gives this nice little sheen to it. Okay, now let's put our eyelashes on and I will show you what the completed look looks like. I'll put the blush on and everything, and we will see which one we like best. Daytime look, nighttime look. Before we finish our look, for the daytime look, I'm going to use a peachy blush. I'm actually using Will Powder's Perseverance. This is an excellent apricot peachy kind of blush, and I'm just going to sweep this right above my contour, kind of more on my bone, and just give it a little bit of pop of color right there. And sweep it up into where I have that contour. And then for the nighttime look, I'm going to go in with my It Bye Bye Pores blush. I just love this blush. It's one of my favorites. I've been using it for years and years. It's the Naturally Pretty. It's warm peach, but it has a really pinky kind of undertone. So it looks just kind of natural and beautiful. And I'm going to put it right there on that bone and sweep it kind of in to the cheek and then up along where my contouring. I'm going to add another thin little strip of glue to make sure that my eyelashes stay. And there you have it. Two completely different eye looks. Now I'm going to put on lipstick and we are going to finish this off. Okay. So there you have it. Two completely different eyeshadow looks by the same palette, yet beautiful in their own right. You can see that pink is just pop, pop, pop. It transitions so nicely into those darker colors. And then you can see that green is just, oh, beautiful. And it also transitions nicely into those taupes. So there you have it. These are two looks that you can get with the Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. You can get more looks out of this palette. I really wanted to show you a mint green. I'm gonna have to come back in with a mint green. Look at that. Look at that green. It's just fabulous. These two greens are just fabulous. So there you have it. Two beautiful Natasha Denona looks. This is gorgeous eyeshadow, gorgeous color. Totally reminds me of like Christmas in the 80s. I'm not kidding. Like it just really does. I loved it and I hope you did too. And stay tuned for more eyeshadow palette reviews because I went shopping at Sephora and I got me some eyeshadow palettes and I'm gonna share some looks with you throughout the month of December. We're just gonna do eyeshadow reviews. tons of them. So stay tuned. I hope you had fun. I know I did, and I will see you next time on Glow Up with Shelly.